Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another penny hunt here on the Penny Hunter channel. This video is my biggest hunt I've ever done, and that is all thanks to you. We are celebrating 500 subscribers this week. I'm so very thankful and appreciative for all of you. Let the countdown begin to 1,000. That being said, we're searching 8 boxes. That's 20,000 pennies. I've recorded all the finds from box 7 and box 8 to be shown in full, and then I'll show and discuss the finds from all 8 boxes at the end. So without further ado, I have one question for you.
Do you want to hunt?
You're goddamn right.
Okay, I'm probably going to get in trouble for that, but I found it funny. Let's get to the finds. First roll of the hunt. Of the 7th box, that is. We have a polished 1945 Denver. This is definitely polished. It's not as shiny as it looks. It's very misleading. You can tell it's polished because of how reflective it is. It's also an off yellow color and not shiny red. Roll number 2. Our second wheat cent. It's another from the 40s, 1947. Roll number 2 is going to have another find. I'm sure you saw it as soon as it was on the camera there. It's a King George VI from 1950. What a find. We found one in our last 15,000 penny box hunt, and now here's another. Customer wrap rolls are going to be like this sometimes. Definitely a short roll. That short roll had a Wheatie in it. It wasn't an ender, but it definitely was near the back. 1944 out of Philly. So all 3 Wheaties we have found have been from the 40s. Just want to bring you back real quick and show you that short roll. It was full of what appears to be very nice memorial back cents. So I got to go through these and see what's here, but it's rare to find a roll like this. Look at these. These are all in great condition. I wanted to bring you back and giving you an update on those shiny memorial backs. We got quite a number of them. I got to check the 99, but that 94 was nice, and the rest were all from 2006 to 2008. So I don't know much about the satin-covered coins, but I do know that they are special, and they were primarily minted in those years. So if you know anything about them and you could identify them right here, please let me know in the comments below if you think that any of these are the satin coated coins, or satin finished coins. That's the word I'm looking for. Roll number 16. We're going to find our first Canadian. Or, well, technically second if you count the King George. Roll number 20 is going to bring us wheat cent number 4. It's a nice looking 1949D. So I went to record to show you another roll with a bunch of really nice memorial back coins. And then I saw it. That's a 1920 wheat cent. And I think it's damaged underneath. I do not think that's 1920D, but I'm going to put it under the scope anyway to double check. But either way, it is definitely a 1920 wheat cent. So we're back, and I can't tell if that is a D or an S, but it is very damaged, so I can't tell if that mint mark was scraped off. We have to say it's a 1920 Philadelphia, but it looks like there could be, or was at one point, a mint mark there. What do you guys think? Tell me in the comments if you think that this is a scraped off mint mark, possibly an S. It looks like it could have been an S. But I just can't tell what this is, but it's definitely 1920, and I'll take it. I wanted to bring you back again to show you that we have another nice run of these 2005 to 2008 pennies. We even found a nice 1989 in there. Again, I do not know much about the satin finished coins. I can't tell if that 2005 is one. I do know that they have a repressed shine to them, and this definitely looks like it could definitely be one. So if you know anything, please help me identify this and let me know if this is a satin coin or if any of them are. Roll number 25 gives us our 6th wheat cent. It's a 1951 out of Denver. Roll number 26. Wheat cent number 7. 1945 out of San Francisco. It's our first S mint mark of the entire box, and this one's a Wheatie. We're just about halfway through the box in roll number 30, and I have found another cachet of those brilliant 2005 to 2008 coins, plus a nice 96 and a 2004 in the same roll. Roll number 32. Wheat cent number 8. It's another from the 40s, 1941 Philadelphia. We are almost to 10. Can we make it? Roll number 38 gives us another Canadian, and it's a young head. 1964. Roll number 39 gets us wheat cent number 9. It's a 1950 out of San Francisco. So like I said before, we haven't found any other San Franciscos, and we have 2 of them as wheat cents today. Roll number 45 gives us yet another cachet of these beautiful proof-like. The shiny jar is going to be happy. Roll number 50 gives us another Canadian. 1978. 2 Canadians in roll number 50. Unfortunately, no 10th wheat cent. It's another 1978. 2 rolls into box number 8. These are the only non-copper coins. That's all the copper that's been pulled out of the first 2 rolls. And what's noteworthy is I haven't seen a single coin older than 1992. So I've pulled out a 1959, a bunch of 60s, 70s, 80s, and early 90s out of the first 2 customer wrap rolls. Might not be any wheat cents, but we could be in for a copper dump and a lot of variety hunts. Roll number 10, gonna give us our first wheat cent. I was worried we weren't gonna find one due to the copper dump. This one could be older by the looks of the wheats. And it's not. It's just a 1955 out of Philadelphia. I may have found a book upgrader. Look at this 2005 D. I don't find a lot of Denvers, let alone in good condition. And this thing is absolutely flawless. Let's check the book and see if it will indeed upgrade. So the one we have is pretty good, but I like this one more. So we're definitely going to upgrade this one. It's a lot more shinier. The other one's good, but this one's just so much better. Roll number 11 is going to be our second wheat cent of box number 8. Just a 1951 out of Denver. Roll number 17. We have 2 wheat cents in the same roll. 1950 Philly with some crud on it. And a really beat up. Could this be a steel cent? Nope, just a really discolored 1957 out of Denver. Roll number 23. Another wheat cent has been found. A 1953 San Francisco. Roll number 40 gives us wheat cent number 6. It's a 1948 out of Denver. Roll number 45 gives us a cool foreign that I haven't seen in a while. It's a 2-cent euro. Roll number 50 of box number 8. Wheat cent. Number 7. Had to check that for a second. It's been a while. 1953 out of Denver. If I get any more finds, I'll bring you back. But if not, I'll come back with the 8-box wrap-up. So here are all the finds. 97 wheat cents, over 10 per roll. That's what I like to see when hunting in Florida. I'm averaging just over 11 per box in 2023, but here I averaged over 12 per box. We had representation from every year from 1940 to 1958, except for this 1943 steel cent. We did find 10 pennies from the teens to the 30s, which is over 1 per box, so that's awesome and makes me very happy. You may have seen in my shorts and in my community post that when I found the 1913, it was the oldest wheat cent I found in Florida, and then, less than 24 hours later, I found the 1912. Of note, I also found a 1927D in box 3, which was the same box with the 1913. Moving on to the 2009s, in the last video I averaged 4.5 per box, and here I averaged 4.6, which is both above my average of 4 per box. I did find 2 nice-looking presidential years which eluded me in the last mega hunt. I ended up finding 27 S mint marks, of which 6 were wheat cents. I averaged 3.3 per box here, which is right on average with my Florida averages. Last but not least, for the majority of the finds, we had 33 Canadians, which is higher than average at over 4 per box. I averaged 3 per box on average. Yielded more wheat cents, more Canadians, and more 2009s than my usuals. Included in those Canadians was 1 King George VI and 2 Laureate Portraits, young heads. Those are getting harder and harder to find. I also found 2 weird coins, a Masonic symbol counterstruck into a 1998D and a weird 1980 with both sides of the penny sheared off. It's likely post-mint damage, but in the event it was a peculiar die clip, I saved it. It's probably nothing, but it's something that you don't see every day. I also found a euro in the last roll of the last box, as you saw previously in the video. So those were my miscellaneous finds, not a lot. The find of the hunt was definitely the 1998 wide AM that I found in box 6. I searched over 100 boxes until I finally found one. I had some close calls and some puzzling scopes where I hoped maybe I thought I had found one, but this one for sure is a 1998 wide AM, no doubt. It is also in what I believe to be an extra fine to low, almost uncirculated condition. It's about a $10 to $13 coin if I'm right. I'll probably submit it just to have my very first one ever found slabbed, even if that means I take a small loss on it. Another notable find was that 2007 Philadelphia that I sleeved. I believed it's a minimum mint state of 65, possibly as high as 67. I'm not a professional grader, but it appears to be flawless. In that range, it's anywhere from a $10 to a $30 coin. At 67 plus, it jumps over to $100, over $100. I'm not sure what it will actually come back as, but I think it's worth submitting at least as a learning curve. So we'll see what they say, and whenever I get it back, I will definitely let you guys know. If it comes back as 63, I won't be unhappy. Of course, I'll take a small loss, but I really think this is going to get more than a 65. There's almost nothing wrong with this coin. Last but not least, let me introduce you to the shiny jar. I've had this little plastic bottle since I started hunting, but I decided it's going to be featured more in these videos. I collect high-grade shiny coins as I find them in circulation, as I discussed in box 7. My wife calls me a niffler from Harry Potter. I'm going to ask you, my fans and subscribers, to give a name to the shiny jar. Leave a comment below, and I'll choose the best name and let you all know in my next video. So that about wraps up this 8-box, 20,000 penny hunt. If you like what you've seen, please give me a like and click the subscribe button to stay updated with all my penny hunt videos. Stay tuned for an exciting announcement in my next video. Have a great weekend, stay safe, and thank you very much.